You meet someone new. There's an initial spark, a fleeting chemistry. You think, maybe this time it's different. You lay yourself bare. You tell them everything, your fears, your failures, your dreams, your past relationships. And at first, it feels right, honest, vulnerable, authentic. Then slowly something shifts. The messages become less frequent. The excitement fades. And you're left staring at your phone, wondering what went wrong. Here's the hard truth. You revealed too much. Too early. You surrendered your mystery. You handed them your map before they even earned the right to read it. In the modern world, this isn't just naive. It's dangerous. Vulnerability, stripped of timing, becomes a tool for rejection rather than connection. You're not failing because you're unworthy. You're failing because you violated a rule written long before Tinder, before Instagram, before the so-called rules of polite society. In this video, we will dissect the psychology of mystery in modern dating. We will uncover the 5 things you should never reveal too early, and why your DNA, your shadow self, and the archetypal patterns of desire all conspire against indiscriminate honesty. By the end, you'll understand not just what to hide, but why hiding strategically, masterfully, is not deception. It is survival. To understand why mystery works, you must strip away all the cultural fluff, romance, etiquette, social expectation. Let's look at the raw biology. Our ancestors lived in a world of scarcity and danger. Resources were limited. Survival depended not only on strength and skill, but on the ability to evaluate mates quickly and efficiently. The human brain evolved to detect signals, subtle, hidden, almost imperceptible signals, of health, intelligence, and resource potential. Revealing everything too early bypasses this filter. It tells your potential mate, there is nothing left to discover. And evolution, cold and unsentimental, punishes transparency without mystery. The brain interprets it as predictability, low novelty, and, ultimately, low reproductive value. The same applies to hypergamous instincts, particularly in women. Evolution designed the female psyche to evaluate long-term viability while testing for strength, confidence, and the capacity to endure adversity. A man who reveals all too quickly signals low reserve energy, low self-containment, low dominance in the hierarchy of life. Men, likewise, are hardwired to detect reproductive cues, emotional stability, and hidden complexity in women. Mystery stimulates the reward system. Overexposure creates saturation, leading to diminished interest. This is not manipulation, it is biology. Desire is not rational. Attraction is not social. It is an echo of a time when revealing too much meant weakness, when overexposure could have cost lives or lineage. In short, mystery is coded into the human psyche. It is the shadow of desire, the hidden dimension that keeps others pursuing, probing, and, crucially, invested. Lose it, and you lose the game before it even begins. Our biology evolved in a world of scarcity, danger, and consequence. Today, we live in a world of abundance, distraction, and illusion. The very instincts that once kept us alive now betray us. Modern dating is a carnival of hyperstimulation. Social media, dating apps, endless streams of images and messages. They trick the brain into thinking scarcity is gone, that desire can be captured instantly, that attention is infinite. But attention is not infinite. Desire is not infinite. And here is the dark psychology. Society teaches you to overshare, to perform authenticity, to be vulnerable, all while removing the natural consequences that used to guide timing. When you reveal too much early, the trap snaps shut. Your secrets, your struggles, your complexity, once assets in the courtship game, become liabilities. They are consumed too quickly, digested, and discarded. Your shadow self, the part of you that contains depth, resilience, and mystery, is laid bare on a scroll of pixels. Even worse, platforms are engineered to exploit this instinct. Notifications, likes, and matches hijack the dopamine system. They create the illusion of connection without depth, engagement without investment. You feel the thrill of interest, but it is shallow, fleeting, ephemeral. The very thing your biology craves, the slow burn of pursuit, the testing of compatibility, is replaced by instant gratification. And the consequences are subtle, insidious. You begin to confuse availability with value, transparency with trustworthiness. You start to believe that the rules of your ancestral psychology no longer matter. That vulnerability is inherently good. That mystery is manipulative. It is not. Mystery is the equilibrium between the known and the unknown, the seen and the unseen, the light of your conscious persona and the darkness of your shadow. Lose that balance, and you are left with nothing but exposure and rejection. In the modern world, to be transparent too early is to weaponize your instincts against yourself. Desire evaporates when it meets certainty. Curiosity dies when it meets total disclosure. And the market of human attention is unforgiving, always moving on to the next signal, the next puzzle, the next person who still has something left unrevealed. The truth is brutal. Mystery is not a game. It is not manipulation. It is survival encoded into your very DNA. To reveal too much, too soon, is to surrender your power, your shadow, your capacity to attract and sustain desire. The world will tell you otherwise. Social media will whisper, just be yourself. Share everything. But those voices are the voices of distraction, of shallow connection, of instant gratification. They ignore the timeless laws written into the human psyche, laws older than civilization, older than philosophy, older than love as we now pretend to understand it. So, how do you navigate this trap? How do you honor your biology while living in the artificial world of screens, swipes, and likes? First, cultivate the shadow. Your deepest fears, ambitions, and desires are not meant to be broadcast. They are meant to be owned, mastered, and revealed only to those who earn the right to know them. Like fire, they can warm, but if misused, they burn. Second, embrace patience. Attraction thrives in tension, not immediacy. Curiosity is the fuel of desire. If you give everything at once, curiosity dies. Let the other person earn each layer of you. Let the unknown linger. Third, measure transparency. Honesty is a virtue only when it is strategic. Timing matters. Context matters. And discretion, what you hold back, is often more powerful than what you reveal. The modern condition encourages exposure and rewards oversharing, but those who master mystery tap into a deeper, archetypal current. They operate not from fear of loss, but from understanding of human nature. They are the ones who are pursued, the ones who are remembered, the ones who endure. In the end, mystery is not deceit. It is mastery. It is the disciplined restraint of the self, the quiet cultivation of depth. To wield it is to honor your biology, your shadow, and the ancient patterns of desire that still govern us, whether we acknowledge them or not. And here is the final, unvarnished truth. In a world that demands exposure, the one who remains unknowable is the one who commands power, the one who is pursued, the one who is not forgotten. If parts 1 through 4 taught you why mystery matters and how to protect it, part 5 is where theory becomes strategy. This is the blueprint for wielding your shadow with precision in the modern dating arena. The rule of gradual revelation. Do not unload your history or your deepest insecurities at once. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. We reward novelty and punish predictability. Introduce your layers slowly, like chapters in a book. Let curiosity build, then release just enough to keep the intrigue alive. The echo of absence. Absence is the hidden lever of desire. People value what they cannot fully access. Limit your availability, not to manipulate, but to maintain the natural tension that evolution designed. Pursuit is a dance. Too much proximity kills attraction. The shadow test. Observe how others respond when you hold back. Their reactions reveal their true motives, their patience, resilience, and capacity for investment. Do not reveal your inner world to someone who fails this test. They are drawn to convenience, not depth. Controlled vulnerability. Vulnerability is a tool, not a default state. Share it sparingly, and always within a framework of competence, confidence, and self-mastery. The goal is connection, yes, but one that honors your value, not diminishes it. the archetype of the unknowable. Cultivate a persona that hints at depth without fully disclosing it. Your interests, your ambitions, your intellect, let them surface in fragments. Humans are archetypal creatures. We are drawn to mystery because it promises a challenge, a puzzle, a story we must earn. Be the enigma that awakens the pursuit. Remember, this is not manipulation. It is alignment with your biology, your shadow, and the timeless currents of desire. In a culture of oversharing, your restraint is your strength. In a world of immediacy, your patience is your power. And finally, the most crucial lesson: do not fear being misunderstood. Mystery always carries ambiguity. Some will be intrigued, others will turn away. That is inevitable. Your task is not to please, but to endure, to reveal selectively, to cultivate the magnetism of depth.